Kenny Omega, I think now more than ever, could be going to WWE. And I think us fans want it. And I also think Kenny Omega wants it. Now, some of you may disagree. I wanted to kind of discuss this because it's been on my mind for a little bit. But I think Kenny Omega could be going to WWE. And I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to that concept, idea. I don't think people are paying attention to Kenny Omega much to really think about what the next move is for this legendary wrestler. Kenny Omega is iconic for a lot of reasons, whether it's Bullet Club or AEW belt collector, best bout machine, New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's legendary for so many things. And honestly, the one thing that really sticks out is he's not legendary for anything in regards to WWE. A place where legends of all kind have been and have done unbelievable things. I think Kenny Omega should be amongst the ranks of some of the best to be in WWE. Now, what I'm not saying is that Kenny himself doesn't love AEW and that it has no more value to him. I'm not saying that I don't know the man. However, let's be real. AEW is flat garbage. All right. AEW is flat garbage. I cannot stand watching it. My Discord cannot, for the most part, stand watching it. Shout out to Fly. It's not something that if you can avoid watching it and you don't have to watch it because something major is happening in wrestling, you won't watch it, all right? And that's kind of how AEW's been recently. If there's something major happening or something really big in wrestling that's happening on AEW, I'll tune into an AEW YouTube upload. But outside of that, I don't watch a full show. I don't. Because it's not a good show. It's not. So, truthfully, let's be fair. Kenny Omega is pretty much going past his prime in terms of years. And I don't see any more reason for him to stick in AEW. AEW is a home for Kenny. He's an EVP. Or was. I'm not sure where that situation is now. But like Cody Rhodes, very big and instrumental to the creation of AEW and, it moving as a company that would be held as one of the biggest things in wrestling. But Cody jumped ship because it was becoming a sinking ship. So in the same light, I think Kenny has every right to jump ship all the same. Right now, the way it looks like Kenny's just being built up to fight Okada at All In. And that seems to be the only goal Tony Khan has. And while I'm sure Tony Khan still has love for Kenny, Tony Khan has lost sight of having a show built by the wrestling fans. Because that's what AEW was. That's what it was about. Built by and built for the wrestling fans. And it's sad because it's losing that. It's lost so much of it. I mean, they have MJF doing beefs and feuds with Jeff Jarrett. I mean, right now, I guess he's going against Adam Page, but they can't figure out what to do. They have him bouncing all over the place. And Kenny Omega, as amazing as he is, just isn't as big and as important as he should be. And that's sad. That's sad. So when I think about Kenny Omega and where his career is going, I look at WWE and I go, look at all the opportunities for this legendary wrestler. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Cody Rhodes, bruv, CM Punk. We could get, finally, CM Punk versus Kenny Omega. You're telling me that's not a WrestleMania main event match? That's a huge match. And that's just a few. Shinsuke Nakamura, Gunther. There's so many people for Kenny to go to WWE and feud with and match with and just do amazing work with. There's so much there. And I look at AEW and the use of their roster and their stories and just everything. And it's like, I just know Kenny, even from when you watch some of his streams or some of the stuff he said in interviews, you can hear that he does enjoy seeing WWE. He's given praise before. He's given praise. He sees the work that's being done in WWE to be a better wrestling company. And I don't see a reason why, at this point, that Kenny isn't taking into consideration going to WWE. And I think that's a big deal. And I think a lot of people aren't thinking about that. So I want to know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think realistically is going to be the case for Kenny Omega? Is it more realistic to stay in AEW and watch the ship that's sinking continue to sink and maybe sink with it? Or go to WWE, and even though the sinking ship that's sinking is your creation or you partly created it, go elsewhere where your legacy could continue all the same. So I just genuinely believe Kenny Omega has so much more to gain going to WWE. Storyline wise, wrestling wise, there's so much for him in WWE. And I think we will follow him there. I think we fans will follow him there because Kenny Omega is legendary. I have a lot of love for him, and I think you guys do too, if you are a wrestling fan. But those are my thoughts and my opinions. That's what I think. But if you think otherwise, or if you think similarly, how do you think something like this happening? How likely is it? How do you see it happening? In what way? And what shape or form? And even how soon? I'm curious. It's been something I've been thinking about for a minute, and I just wanted to talk about it because I genuinely think it's a big thing that a lot of people aren't thinking about or taking into consideration. But let me know what you guys think. Subscribe, join the Discord for longer discussions, and I'm out. Peace.